There's something important about not having everything zoomed in and on focus, of being able to understand everything with mathematical precision. You need to have the veil in place. The veil needs to be over, the face of a bride, so you desire her even more. You look at the veil in the temple. It creates a sense of that which is beyond me. Well, yes, because there's more there than you think that there is. Yes. And without the veil, you might be tempted to think that's all there is. That's all there is, yeah. Yep. And so it's the same as with iconography, is that if it were simply like a photograph, then it's reduced to the here and the now. Yes. And I think that's since the the Enlightenment, or since Descartes, is that we've hyper-fixated on reality pertains to what I think. If I can't think of it, then it isn't. Cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore I am. And so the past 500, 400 years, we've been experiencing kind of, we're on the receiving end of a new missionary religion, of the empiricists and the positivists who are trying to explain and capture everything within the limited reins of human rationality. And it just leaves no room for mystery. It's kind of like the guy that comes into a room and wants to talk about all the juicy details about his wife. Well, good, but there are certain things that I not only don't want to hear, I cannot hear. That this is sacred, and you can't, as our Lord says, put pearls before swine. Things need to be left unsaid in order for us to desire it the more. That is beautifully said, and it's a real great segue, not that we have to go here, but into modesty. Dress is a type of speech, and the reason we should consider not wearing a bikini or not wearing those terribly ripped jeans is something is being said that shouldn't be being said to me. You're saying something to me. I don't know who you are. You're saying something to me that should only be said to your husband. I don't want to hear those things, or I have no right to hear them, if you know what I mean. Right, yeah. Veil what demands the reverence. Yes, modest is hottest, as they say, right? And because it's funny because there is some pushback on that these days because it's been thrown around that phrase for so long. But modest is the most desirable. To get back to your point, it draws us into the mystery. I've said this 1,000 times now on the show since I read The Lord of the Rings. Have you read it? I've not. I'm ashamed to say. Sorry to call you out on that, but there's this bit where Tom Bombadil talks about Farmer Maggot, who the hobbits all viewed as some simpleton. But Tom Bombadil speaks of Farmer Maggot in a way that they all realize there's way more to Father Maggot than any of us thought. He's far more important than we realized. And sometimes in marriage you get a glimpse of that in your wife. You're like, oh my gosh, here I am. I'm pottering about with this woman in the same kitchen as me, and we go out to coffee and we do these things. I don't even know who you are. Like, who are you, And modesty does that. Speech. It's important that we don't sort of share more than we should. Yeah. I mean, we're made in the image and likeness of God, and God is mystery. He's far beyond anything that we can contain by our intellect. And so it stands to reason that every woman that a man encounters, he at his core desires an encounter with mystery. There's something about her that I want that is far beyond anything I can grasp. And the more elusive it is, the more it attracts me. It could be an aspect of her personality, the way she thinks, the way she carries herself. But when a woman just kind of, or it could be a man, when a woman just puts it all out there, is that deep down a man thinks, I was made for God, and there's nothing godly about her conduct. It repels me, So there's something to be said about the godliness of modesty and how it actually attracts us.
If you like that clip, be sure to like and subscribe. Cheers.